So as y'all know, I'm driving. So, of course, I have my hands on the wheel. I am not holding the phone. And so I will look little to no at the phone. And that's okay. It's the information that I have that I need to convey to you. That's more important than anything. So my question is, have you been feeling out of sorts lately? Have you been feeling tired? Have you been feeling overwhelmed? Have things been moving a little slower than normal for you? Well, I got the answer for you. It's not the Lion's Gate that we have to be concerned with right now. No, it's not. I'm not even sure exactly how the Lion's Gate is going to interact with all of this energy that I'm about to talk to you about right now. So the first thing I want to tell you is we got Pluto. Pluto is in retrograde until October, in case you did not know that. So you have to take into consideration where Pluto is in your chart, along with all the other things I'm going to tell you. If you do not have a chart, a natal chart, then I advise you to get a free one. And I can't think of what it's called right now, but some online sites, websites, do give it to you absolutely for free. Of course, that's up to you, because you do have to plug in your information into the internet in order to obtain one. Okay? So again, Pluto is retrograde until October. And then we have Saturn. Saturn is retrograde until November. We're not done yet, folks. Neptune is retrograde until December. So October, November, December, we have something going on. Uranus is also in retrograde until September. So if we're going back up the ways, because of the way I wrote it down, I'll restate all of these things. Uranus is retrograde until September. Pluto is retrograde until October. Saturn is retrograde until November. Neptune is retrograde until December. Oh, I'm not done. I'm not done. Jupiter will be retrograde in October. Mars will be retrograde in December. Again, all of these things are for your information, to disseminate how you see fit. I just thought I'd share, because if you're wondering why the air suddenly is so thick, why maybe you feel very heavy, very lethargic, I can normally get about with 5 to 6 hours of sleep. Lately, I've been wanting to sleep a lot. But there's a caveat to that. Can't seem to go to sleep. Yeah. So the last about 2 weeks, it's been very hard for me to fall asleep and stay asleep. So then when I finally get into my good rhythm of sleep, which is probably about 6 in the morning, yeah, got it, Toyota, my body wants to wake up, even if my brain is not ready to wake up. So my eyes have been extra sleepy for you guys. Yes, just for you. My eyes have been very, very heavy. Yeah. And just strange things that you would think are not normal are being done by people right now. Like, right now, I got my little thingy on, so y'all know I'm always praying. They're doing full-on construction on both sides, coming and going traffic. Why? I don't know. So both sides are closed down, and I was delivering something. It took me 20 minutes just to get 0.6 miles. Do y'all understand what that means? Yeah, that means less than a mile. It took me 20 minutes to get to my destination. I was already on the main road, and all I had to do was turn off. But there was so much traffic, and I don't know what's wrong. I mean, I love New Hampshire, don't get me wrong, but I don't know what's wrong with them. There's 2 lanes, and all the way to the top, you know, to the end of the line, you can start merging, right? You can start merging with the traffic if you're on the left. No, they all stayed on 1 lane, which was the right lane. So of course it's going to take double the
Police
time.
reported ahead.
Yes, they're still here. My goodness.
Police reported ahead.
OMG.
Watch out. Hazard reported ahead.
See what I mean? Things like that are so obvious. And I've already pressed the button 3 times. So, yeah, it's going to take a lot of patience. It's going to take more than your normal amount of time from you. I'm having to drive to a whole city, for example, a whole new city. I'm having to drive to a whole new city just to get work. Because if I stay in this city, I'm going to be trapped in the same scenario over and over and over, because that's a main thoroughfare. It's a boulevard. It's a main thoroughfare. So because of that, that's going to happen to me about 6 more times. I don't want to do that. So I'd rather drive 30 minutes away from this traffic. And again, it's 12, not even 12:30. They should have been doing this work after hours and on the weekend. But no, their infinite wisdom was do it on a Tuesday, high traffic time. The only good thing I got out of this is looking at sweaty men. Who wants to look at sweaty men? Even if they are good looking. Weird. But yeah, so this is going to take your time. These planets being in retrograde is going to take your energy. I'm sorry. I promise I didn't make the planets go retrograde.
Police reported ahead.
Here we go again. It's probably going to say it again, so I'm so sorry. You know what? I don't even know why I have it on. I know where I'm going. So nonetheless, it's gonna be taxing on your temperament, on your character. But let's hope that we're going to have reprieve here and there through the months. Because again, if this is the way it's going to be till December, let me see how many were last November, December, and December. So Mars and Neptune. So a lot of crying and fighting. Mars and Neptune. Neptune is water. Mars is fire and rah, fighting. Till December. Holy crapola. So yeah, I hope that you've got your big boy and big girl panties on. Sorry to say it like that, people that are sensitive, but this is just gonna be a wild ride, and it just started. This just started. And remember, with the retrogrades, it's at least 2 weeks before and 2 weeks after that you can still have the feelings and the sensation of the retrograde. So that's why I'm putting it out now, because I just got the information last night, because I was like, my philosophy, the way that I do things, the way I work is I always do this, guys. When things start going not so good, my spidey senses always tell me to research. And oh my gosh, I thought it was one planet, but oh no, we're so special. It's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 until December. I mean, of course, they're not all going to be retrograde at one time, but we got 2 in October. We've got 1 in November. We've got 1, 2 in December and 1 in September. And right now it's Pluto. I'm sorry, it's Mercury. Duh. It's Mercury. And yes, you're gonna have those what looks like a Jerry moment. It's not a Jerry moment. It's a planet moment. It's the planet in retrograde moment. So try not to make your major purchases right now. Try not to sign, really important documents that are legal right now, unless you have read it through 2 times. Sorry. Wow, that just came over me. See what I mean? Pardon me for doing that. And if you can afford it, ask a lawyer to read your paperwork, your documents too, because it would behoove you, it would benefit you to do that, since things are so weird right now. If you thought the only thing that was strange was today's politics, au contraire. There we go with our French, right? Au contraire. On the contrary. So yeah, we're gonna have to keep all of these things in clear view. And more on Mercury retrograde for those who have never ever experienced or known what a retrograde is. It's when anything and everything can go wrong, does go wrong, pretty much in a nutshell. Anything and everything that can go wrong does go wrong in a nutshell. Unexpected things that break down, especially mechanical. Like I said, you shouldn't be making expensive, big, luxurious purchases at this time. You should really read through all contracts, anything legal. You should read through it, and be careful with sharp objects, and be careful with car accidents. And yeah, so that's your Mercury retrograde in a nutshell. If you look at it from the scientific side, they tell us that it's not really going retrograde. It's not turning backwards. It just looks like it's turning backwards. It doesn't matter whether it looks like it or actually is turning backwards. The problem is that things do not go well for the majority of people during a retrograde. So again, if that's what's coming up, our first retrograde for the fall winter time frame, and here we go getting into that. So that's August, September, October, November, December. Can y'all count my fingers? That's a lot of months. I mean, I'm used to, 6 weeks. 6 weeks. 2 weeks before, and then, it starts tapering off at the end of the retrograde, right? Oh, man. But somebody did a 1-2 punch on our tummy area, I think on our solar plexus, and said, oh, no, I don't think so. I think I want to give you a little bit of extra problems. So here you go. The good thing about the retrograde, though, this I will say, I'm so sorry. I think because it's hot. It's hot. And then I've already been taxed with all of these things that have happened just today. Nobody told us that we're going to be doing construction in the middle of the day. And then I had a Zoom call early this morning too, so I'm tired because I had to wake up earlier for that. So, the good thing that I've noticed about retrogrades in Mercury is, and again, look at your chart. Everybody is different. Otherwise, we would have been all born on the same day and at the same time of day, and in the same part of the world, and we are not. So look at it this way. If you've been having a lot of hiccups, wow, I can't even talk. And that's another thing, communication, misunderstandings, and things like that, fighting. If you have had many hiccups where you're not getting anywhere, you're not moving forward in life, etc. You don't feel like you're getting things done. Things are not getting done the way that you'd like them to get done, etc. During a Mercury retrograde, it can move forward for you depending on where Mercury is in your chart. Okay? So again, I'm not sitting here as an astrologer. I don't do astrology, and that's why I barely talk about, oh, this is this, and this is that, and this is this, and this is that, because it really doesn't matter except for the elements of what the signs are when you're doing tarot. Why do I say that? Because some people believe in their infinite wisdom, and that's their right because it's their tarot. Some people believe that if I'm a Libra and I'm dealing with a Scorpion, and the reader says, you're dealing with a Scorpion, that it's like, oh, that is my reading. And then that proves to be nobody else's reading but Libras that are dealing with Scorpions. Does that make sense? So, no, because of that, I won't tell you, oh, you're dealing with this person or that person. I'll just tell you the attributes of the cards. Because in my opinion, the way I do my readings is you're going to know who it is by the characteristics that I present to you and by their behaviors. Okay? If I was a one-to-one, I could tell you whether it was a dark person or a light person and the color of their hair, skin tone, etc. Right? The height. Because I'm seeing into you and you're reading one-on-one. But because I'm not, why am I going to tell you you're dealing with a fire sign and then you're going to write in the comments, I don't know a fire sign like me. They look at the strength card. Oh, you must be dealing with a Leo. No, what if I'm just trying to be strong that day? What if I need extra courage that day? You know? So no. That's not the way I read. It's the way they read, and I appreciate it and I respect it. I am not an astrologer, and I will never say I am, because that takes a lot of practice to be really, really good. And I just don't have the time, and I don't feel like putting the effort into something that I'm interested in. But if somebody like the Leo King or somebody like that can do the astrology for me, why am I gonna do it? Hell no. I'll stick to the tarot. So nonetheless, those are the retrograde planets. Isn't that wonderful? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 for the next 5 months. So again, although they're not all going to be retrograde at the same time, you're going to get hit after hit after hit after hit after hit. But look at your chart. Like, let's say, I don't know, I'm just going to take Saturn just because that's the one that came to me. Let's say in November. Let's say November comes around and that's Saturn's turn to be retrograde. Well, whatever house Saturn rules for you in your chart, if things are not moving forward for you in that chart, they might just start moving forward for you in that chart. Why? In your chart. Why? Because they haven't been moving forward before that. They were stuck. So that's the way it works. Okay? So yes, be precautious. Yes. Take heed. Yes. But at the same time, if you've already had stoppages and blockages, don't get so overly caught up in that you're going to feel like, oh great, really? More. Think about it that if it's already been blocked, these retrogrades will help it get unstuck in most cases. At least it's been my personal experience. I hope this helps someone. And again, I'm not ready to do the Lion's Gate, okay? I'm not at all, because I have to sit down and really look at it. And for some reason, my noggin, my brain, just doesn't want to do it yet. So I know that's what you guys are waiting for, especially the person that asked me for it. But it's not time. I will know when it's time and I will present it to you. Okay? Much love, much light until I see you guys again. Victoria Violet presenting this to you so that you can know how to maneuver the next 5 months. Bye.